Today's World Oceans Day episode of WCS Wild Audio is brought to you by our partners at Armatron. Armatron aims to bring awareness and inspire action to help protect marine ecosystems around the world, particularly as it pertains to single-use plastics. Armatron's ocean plastic watches, the Wave and Reef collections, are crafted from recycled ocean-bound plastic, blending eco-consciousness with impeccable design. Now, on to the episode.
Hello, I'm Hannah Kaplan, and this is the WCS Wild Audio Podcast, where you'll find reported audio stories covering the latest news and newsmakers from the Wildlife Conservation Society's Global Conservation Program, Zoos and Aquarium, and their many partners. We've got a great show today, so let's get to it. As we commemorate World Oceans Day, one of WCS's marine priorities is protecting an underwater marvel off the coast of New York and New Jersey. Along the way, the goal is to deepen the connection of the more than 28 million local residents to our treasured ocean resources. There are a number of voices contributing to the effort, including young people. Dan Rosen has the story.
The Hudson Canyon is a massive underwater canyon that starts about 100 miles southeast of New York City in the Atlantic Ocean. WCS is actively working to have it designated as a national marine sanctuary. Since it nominated the canyon for this process in 2016, a lot of different voices have been speaking up to support it. That includes fishers, educators, artists, scientists, and also young people.
My name is Brynn Heller.
Brynn is a teenager from New York City and a student at Leslieann University in Connecticut.
My name is Leslieann. I am 19 years old. I'm going to be a sophomore at Brooklyn College.
Leslieann and Brynn are two young ocean advocates who've been supporting the sanctuary designation. Both have worked as discovery guides at WCS's New York Aquarium. Today, Brynn serves as a member of the official Sanctuary Advisory Council. Leslieann is an ocean protection ambassador for the organization Earth Echo.
I first heard about Hudson Canyon when I was a discovery guide at the New York Aquarium.
This is Brynn.
And I remember being amazed that it existed and that I had not encountered anything about it before. I ended up basing my Girl Scout Gold Award project on the Hudson Canyon, and I realized that I was not the only one who hadn't heard of it, even though it is such an important place. I ended up speaking at webinars, making public comments, testifying in a public hearing, giving speeches, and I made a petition and a video about Hudson Canyon.
When I learned about it, I just got so excited because I thought this was an opportunity to be like, this is something that we can have in New York City, that it's not just known for its skyscrapers, but known for like this amazing underwater world. And so when I learned in the Discovery Guide that we were doing petitions for it, I was very adamant at speaking to visitors that were coming from all over the world. I always try to find connections to people, whether it's asking them about their favorite animal, like ocean animal, or something that they just love going to the beach. Like, the ocean is connected to all of us. It's just that we have to find that connection. And I think once we find it, everyone would be willing to just take action in their communities.
How did Brynn and Leslieann get so involved in ocean conservation at a young age? Leslieann credits dolphins.
Their intelligence and just the family aspect of how they always stick together in pods. For me, family is so important because I have such an amazing support system with my parents and my immediate family. So seeing that sort of play out in this entire like new animals, it's just amazing to always see them together.
If you follow the news today, it's easy to spiral on the future of the ocean. Rising water temperatures, coral bleaching, overfishing. But as we commemorate World Oceans Day this year, both Brynn and Leslieann say they choose to be optimistic about the future.
It's more just an attitude adjustment at this point. We need to change our mindset into thinking, oh, our world is not over. Like, we can do things to solve it. It just starts with something small. We say, like, just signing a paper, that's showing your impact. You have to think of it as something that seems possible and seems that has a solution, and instead of something that seems like out of reach.
Getting people involved in these issues, Brynn says, is about meeting people where they are.
I think that one of the most important things about trying to get involved in environmental advocacy work is trying to figure out what you care about, but also like how you can best get the word out. For instance, for Hudson Canyon, like, I made a video, some people I know made dances, some people I know did drawings, some people wrote letters, and it's more about what people like to do and what they're interested in doing, and just like trying to get the word out that way. There's no one way to do activism.
You can support the Hudson Canyon Sanctuary designation process also by signing a petition on our website, wcs.org. For WCS Wild Audio, I'm Dan Rosen.
Today's episode was produced and reported by Dan Rosen, with help from Hannah Kaplan and Nat Moss. The WCS Wild Audio Podcast is a production of the Wildlife Conservation Society. Please join us next week for a new episode, and don't forget to rate or review the show wherever you get your podcasts.